Every time you say that, I'm tempted to take out my dice.
Do it.
Didn't bring my dice.
Okay, which one would you like?
That's so many purple dice.
Give me a second here.
That's like the character I'm wearing right now, but if she was dice.
My persona is purple.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
So,
Well, mine's is white and has purple and blonde hair, so.
Cool. All single digits.
might I save you?
Yeah.
Did you get somebody with first titles?
Alright.
Yeah. 16, 13, 9, 5.
All right.
Hate me only when I make perception checks.
No.
Who here played this at Motor City FurCon? You guys did. Which one? Was it the...
The goblins and the ale.
Yes, okay. So that was the one I wrote for that one. Alright, what other ones do I have? Has anyone here played the Indie FurCon one? I haven't run that one in a long time. No? Maybe we do that.
Let's do it.
I don't know. You rolled that way.
It takes place at a FurCon.
Okay, that's good.
say.
Oh man, I'm so
Well, sometimes I identify them as like the one I wrote for a con. This one takes place at Indie FurCon the year I was... Oh, right. Thank you. I'm like, what, huh? Oh, right, my room key.
Yeah, need to get back in, don't you? Might need that.
I do have my ID on me, so I could get another one. The question is, where did I say it?
They have a lot of pizza back there?
Yeah, that's a fair bit.
Pizza where?
You won't be
Oh,
able to
the
get
hospitality suite.
Yeah, I came back. There was too big of a line for me. Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
When it
Figured
came
it's
out.
I figured
Yeah,
we
let's put Steve.
come here first and wait
Sorry.
for the line to go away.
I don't know what you want. Where should this go?
Oh, you can grab chairs
I
from
just wanted a
across the
cookie.
way.
There's also an extra chair there.
as good chairs.
Yeah, you can grab chairs from the other
I have no
room.
idea where to put it.
It was just nicer because we would have had to destroy the chair.
yeah.
You ran away.
But yeah, feel free to grab a couple. It's easier than moving all of them, I guess. Plus, I like having this table. Scooch over this way. Alright, now don't read my screen. That's why I said it, because it amuses me.
Okay, let's see. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. Nope.
Hey, and I
Squiggle,
think
squiggle,
that-
squiggle.
I wish.
We can make that happen. Oh wait, all ages.
I can change the sign to say
I've
18
been in
plus.
this town before, so I left.
You are set.
Go west! Grab a chair.
Don't
Onion
put
adult.
cheese on his
Oh,
bed.
wait.
Either that one or a regular chair. This one, I don't know. It was just over there. There's also an open chair over there, I think. You can't read the screen though.
You need a Dungeon Master screen.
Thank you.
Well, normally I have these printed out, and I keep ruining my printouts when I pack. I can't read that anymore. I tore my paper. Alright, let's see what goes on here. What?
Pizza.
Oh god, I forgot it's pizza.
Eat the pizza.
Actually, looks like
I'm running away, but I can't.
Was that the hotel pizza?
Yes. Really good.
What's a pizza?
Is this one actually cheese?
Yes, one is cheese, one's pepper.
Oh, gosh. No, I'll thank you, but I'll wait to nibble because I'm about to have to talk a lot, and I don't want to spray pizza bits all over my laptop. No, it isn't. Look, I get that the ThinkPad can take it, but I don't want to do that to it.
Make sure you talk on the napkin over top of your mouth. Just use the edge of the table and just go, alright people, here's what you need to do.
Alright, so, who here has never played Text Adventures before?
I play Text Adventures on the PC, does that count?
I've never.
Oh.
Well, that means you all are going to figure out how this works generally pretty quickly. You are all controlling one player. I am the computer. You each get to issue a command, one command at a time, to me, the computer. and I will tell you what happens when you try and issue that command.
Dragartron 2000.
Basically.
It's like playing King's Quest back in DOS era.
Yeah.
It's a text adventure, yeah.
Or, you know, Zork.
Yeah.
This is inspired by you have wandered into the darkness and are eaten by a group.
It turns out you die a lot because you forgot to check what was on the other side of your quarter before picking it up.
Yeah. Some of these are meaner than others, so I guess I'll go through the list of them just for people that are interested, but I think we're going to do the Indie FurCon one. Listing the description doesn't count as your action. Re-asking for exits or checking inventory doesn't count as your action unless you start to abuse it, in which case I will be a sassier, snarkier computer and potentially skip over you. We're going to go clockwise. The adventures we have are, there's the one that takes place at a FurCon.
Okay.
And then we're not going to do the Motor City one because we did that already. I think a bunch of people here have done the Camp First Squared one.
Yeah.
You did that one?
I think so, yeah. The camp one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
this
a
was like
horror
a year
story?
ago, but yeah.
I can
Like
hear
not
you.
a horror story,
Yeah.
but like,
There were like
Mystery.
campers disappearing. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah, I've done that one.
Did that one
Yeah, we've done
a year ago or Furry Alley maybe?
I think it was, yeah, this is the only con I really go to.
No, I might have run that one here.
I mean, camping seems appropriate.
Might have been last year.
It does. Are you here to play text adventures?
I just want to see what it is.
We're picking the adventure, and then you'll see what it is shortly. Other ones we have, there's Action Castle 2, Pumpkin Town, Space Station. I think I did Spooky Manor here last year, actually.
Yep. Done Space Station Spooky Manor.
And then there's a zombie one that I've occasionally done. I haven't done that one as much. Has anyone here done the zombie one? There's also the Six Gun Showdown, the Western. I think you did that one at
I've
AnthrOhio.
never played it,
We
but
did
I've
a
heard
western
it.
one.
Oh. So what do people want to do? Do people want to do the
Camp-
FurCon one?
Camping
That's the one
seems
I wanna
appropriate.
do.
I want to do the
Yeah.
camp themed one because it's Parks and Recreation.
Yeah.
All right. So who's the only one that did the camp one?
I think I remember doing a camp one. If it's the one that's like, yeah.
I mean, I did. I've run it twice. I ran it at First Squared when that was the theme, and then I ran it once. Well, I guess 3 times now. I ran it once after that, and then I just ran it a couple weeks ago at BLFC. So I've only run that one 3 times.
I might not have been here, but I remember doing like one that was at camp. But I mean, it's
Let's
okay
give it a
if
shot.
you wanna do it.
Go for it.
Let me find it and open it.
Hey, sorry about that.
You haven't done the First Squared at Camp 1, have you?
Oh, I was actually had the campsite set up in. I'm actually camping instead of hotel.
Are you the one with the tents on the patio?
Oh no, I'm actually camping like.
Did you guys know that someone set up 2 tents on the patio on that inner courtyard?
Is that even allowed?
I have no idea, but they were still
it
there
was
as
allowed,
of this
they had
morning.
permission. Somebody already asked earlier.
That's amazing.
That doesn't make sense, but whatever. What you wrote.
Sounds fantastic.
They have the room, but they have
I think one of these days I would actually.
See, it's like $95 for 1 day here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I actually spent $85 for 3 days at campsite.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I will begin. This is the First Squared text adventure. You are at camp. It's the 4th night, and all of the other kids have slowly gone missing. Billy, your best friend, just went out to look and hasn't come back. You're scared and in your cabin. Someone, or something, is coming. Exits are out.
Go out.
Around, wait, which way?
I'm going this way.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
look around the cabin room, I guess?
You find that there is a backpack with a canteen attached.
I guess, am I allowed to take a look at the bag?
That'll be
Or
the...
that's you.
The next one, yeah.
You do what you want.
I am curious to see. Yeah. We'll take a look at that.
You take the backpack.
Okay, exit.
You exit out into the campground. It's dark and hard to see, but you realize it is the base camp area. You hear unnatural rustling and an occasional howl. Exits are dock, forest, counselor's cabin, parking lot, and your cabin.
Wow.
Issue a command and see what happens.
Look around. Go to a place.
The exits are dock, forest, counselor's cabin, parking lot, and your cabin. You try to go to the counselor's cabin. You find the door is locked. You go to the dock. You stumble your way down to the lake in the dark. There's a board of buddy tokens here. There's canoes here. There are a bunch of tracks in the sand. Exits are enter canoe, camp, and shoreline.
Inspect the shoreline.
It looks like there's a path that runs along the edge of the lake.
Inside the backpack.
You look inside the backpack and you find a flashlight without batteries.
I would like to look at the board of the buddy tokens.
You look at the board and several buddy tokens are missing. In place of one is a key.
I grabbed the key.
You have the key.
Can we return to the counselor?
Yeah. You go to the counselor's cabin and the key unlocks the door. Do you enter?
I'm going to try to get it.
I'm just asking you. Do you enter?
Heck yeah.
Alright. Once you go inside the counselor's cabin, everything is a mess. Files and papers are everywhere. There is a struggle, and there's torn, bloody clothes on the floor.
Search around.
You can have that pepperoni sauce.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Because I don't eat the meats. I am, and it sucks. When you look around, you find amongst the papers there is a map with coordinates of a radio tower on it and a hidden path through Sherwood. You also find various instructions for how to make some different kinds of crafts. You can issue a command. You said skip, so you start skipping around in the cabin. What's your command?
I just walked in a minute ago, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on.
You can go to me.
Try it.
We found some papers. It looked important.
Just do something.
Read papers.
Some of the instructions in particular involve rope work. Another one involves the metalworking merit badge, and another one is a basic chemistry merit badge.
Search for batteries.
You do not find batteries. You find torn, bloody clothes. In the bloody clothes, you find a set of car keys. Do you have a command?
Inspect the backpack.
They did. There's a flashlight without batteries. The canteen is hooked up. The computer has bugs. What do you want?
Where are we?
You are in the counselor's cabin.
What direction are we going?
You can go out, and then from there, the campground exits are dock, forest, counselor's cabin, parking lot, and your cabin.
Did we get the keys?
We got a key.
Did we pick up that key, the car key?
I don't think they're car keys.
Did we grab them?
Did you guys grab the car keys, the map, or...
You have car keys.
You gotta take your stuff up.
Wait. Grab the map.
Grab the map.
Oh, and the instructions too.
You grab the map.
Now yours.
And the instructions for the merit badges and things.
So we have the map. So
Yep.
okay, we went to
Not nailed down.
the map to see where the
That
lot
is
so
a
what can we
Hey, we already know where the parking lot
Just a
is.
little quick.
It's a matter of
Okay.
we have the keys, we have the map, we don't have the instructions picked up yet, and we haven't left yet.
We haven't picked up the bloody torn clothes.
What you doing? You got blood on your hands now.
There is a command.
Yeah.
Go.
There is. Yeah, in most text adventure games, you can
What
put
are the
tape all and it
exits?
takes every takeable thing in the room.
The exits out of the cabin are the dock, forest, counselor's cabin, parking lot, and your cabin.
Okay, let's go to the dock. Let's see what we can find.
Alright, then.
Alright, you stumble your way back down to the Lake of the Dark. There's a board of buddy tokens here. There's canoes here. There are a bunch of tracks in the sand.
What are buddy tokens?
The buddy tokens are, if you've ever been to a scout camp, you can go out on the water in boats, and you and your buddy have to take your tokens out. So if at the end of the day not all of the tokens are put back, then they blow whistles and there's a search party for hopefully not floaters.
Basically, so every person has one other person they're responsible for.
Yes.
Oh, look to see if Billy's token is there.
Billy's token is there.
Wait, who's Billy?
Our best friend.
Billy's the
You forgot about your best friend?
That seems like something I would do sometimes.
He's been gone for like 1 day, and we're already just
Fill canteen.
With?
Water.
Okay. It's
No.
Gross Lake water.
At least we have it.
Yep.
May not be choosing the water.
Your turn.
Okay. Where are we again?
You are now at the dock. Exits are enter canoe, camp, and shoreline.
You know what? Let's enter the canoe.
You enter the canoe. There are paddles in all of the boats. In your canoe in particular, there is a waterproof sack tucked away at the end.
Examine the sack, please.
Inside the waterproof sack are a couple of batteries.
Hooray!
Smart.
Alright. I'm going to take the sack with the batteries in it.
All right, you have it.
okay. I'm gonna put the batteries in the flashlight.
You put the batteries in the flashlight.
Go to the parking lot.
You go to the parking lot. There are only a couple of cars left in the lot, all of them small little economy things where rust could be considered a color.
Is the flashlight on or off?
Flashlight be turned off by default, probably.
We haven't turned the flashlight on yet.
It is your turn.
Examine cars.
They're small little compacts. All of them are so old, they even have cassette players in them. And they are varying degrees of messy. What are you doing?
What are the free actions we can do again?
Look at the description, check out your inventory, or list the exits.
Does our keys have a key fob?
Oh, goodness, no.
Okay.
These are old rust buckets, man.
Let's start searching which key goes to which car.
Eventually, a teal Toyota unlocks.
Is it stealing or do you have to keep?
No. At this point, so many kids are eating, just
Get out, die.
it's you or nothing, buddy.
Is it stealing if they're dead first?
What are you doing?
More like probably go after this game.
Dig through the car. Look for stuff.
When you look through the car, you find in the glove compartment is a knife.
Nice.
Take knife.
You have a knife.
Hooray!
That's not a knife.
Let's put the key in the ignition and see if it'll start.
You start the car.
Yay.
How contemplate whether I ever learned how to drive or not.
In general, if you are going to scout camp, you are anywhere from recently having graduated 5th grade to having recently completed 8th grade.
That's back in the day. You can have a car when you're that old? Sure! This is a campground, I mean.
See if you can
Is this the 1960s?
What?
So
See
you
if
can
you
drive.
can even reach the pedals.
If you scoot really far forward and duck down a little bit, you can reach the pedals.
This seems like a bad idea.
But we
Seems like
should
a
do
mess.
it.
I like
No, we
that.
should get some resources to be able to actually do something like this.
This was the camp.
What are you doing?
I went to exit car.
Alright, you leave the car.
It's still
It
running.
is still running.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, can we turn the car off?
You turn the car off.
I'm going to save.
You have 2 saves remaining.
Hooray!
I'm gonna drink the gross lake water.
Oh,
That
no.
probably has leech.
Good thing we saved.
It's disgusting. You gag, and I would go into more descriptions, but there's food here, so I don't want to.
You lose your lungs.
Did we check the bed of the truck? Is it a truck or a car?
It's a car.
Can we check the trunk?
You can.
Can we check trunk?
You check the trunk, and you found Billy.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Billy is bloody, bruised,
Oh,
and not
no.
bleeding, and not breathing.
Well, we found our best friend. Well, now
Search
you
Billy.
know.
Obviously, well, can't tell.
Billy doesn't have anything valuable on him, just his bloody and torn scout uniform.
Oh, wait. I have everything on it.
Very
We have a
guilty.
first aid badge.
Alright, well,
Your fingers
where?
Under the wheels.
Burying Billy.
Under the wheels.
Where and how?
We don't actually have a shovel, huh?
No.
We have a knife.
Just throw them in the woods.
Trump.
We're in the
Wait a minute. Why are we burying Billy? What if we get charged with murder?
Because we're humans, we mourn our dead.
What murder charges?
What are you doing for your action? We have not successfully buried Billy, your best friend at scout camp who went missing and you found dead in the trunk of a teal and rust-colored Toyota.
So he's clearly dead. Okay. I need a drink, alcohol. Room key.
Oh god, why do you have a bottle of SoCo?
It was my mom's favorite, remember?
I know, but it hurts my stomach.
Yeah, it's going to hurt my stomach too, but I'm going to still drink it.
Well, we don't have
That's
ropes.
why
Let's
I
do his
drink
pants.
lake
Wait,
water.
do you have ginger ale?
I'll get us ginger.
SoCo and ginger ale.
So you're a
Soko-
masochist.
Soko and Bailey's?
Kinda.
What are you doing?
Okay, so we don't have rope, so let's fill his pants and use that as the rope.
What?
Alright,
Are we gonna hang?
while you have a scout guide on how to make rope out of various
No, you
things,
just use like, okay, we're just going to tie one end of the leg to the other leg, pull, pull.
he has
There you go,
shorts,
hold.
they're not pants.
It'll do.
No! You don't have enough to work with, and now Billy is pantsless,
Like,
and you're trying to tie stuff and nothing's really working.
Billy's still in the trunk, right?
Yes.
Close trunk.
Okay.
We have Billy shorts.
One of our
You can go back to camp, or you can go down the driveway. Alright, you are back at the main camp. This is the center area. The exits are dock, forest, counselor's cabin, parking lot, and your cabin.
Let's go to the forest.
Alright. Wandering the forest alone at night is a dangerous proposition. Every rustle of leaves is unnerving, and you occasionally see glowing eyes seemingly drawing near. What do you do?
We have Billy shorts. We have a knife and a flashlight.
Equipping the knife might be a good idea.
And an empty canteen.
Turn on the flashlight.
That too. Is our flashlight on that?
No.
Turn on the flashlight.
When you turn on the flashlight, a small wolf seems to be the owner of those glowing eyes, and it leaps and attacks. Lucky for you, you have a knife and are able to wound it, it cries out, and it runs off.
Yay!
Hooray!
Now, was it a small wolf or a baby wolf?
You didn't get that merit badge. Eventually, you come to a fork in the road. Exits are Sherwood, Flintlock, and then back to camp.
Sherlock.
Sherwood, Flintlock, or Camp. The computer has problems.
It's not confusing.
Wait, is this the House of Baskerville?
No, it is not.
Okay, search woods.
You find sticks and leaves and
Take all.
bugs and stuff. You could have filled your pockets with sticks and leaves and dirt. You're that kid.
Don't forget you have Billy's pockets too. Pockets.
Yeah, your dead best friend's pants. That's your keepsake.
You need more pockets.
Why do you have pants?
I need more pockets.
You're too young to
friend.
do that.
I needed a token.
What is your
I
command?
needed more
My
pockets.
command is. What were the path options?
The exits are Sherwood, Flintlock, and back to camp.
Let's go with Flintlock.
All right. You go to the camp's frontier-styled blacksmith activity area. There is a shooting range, a small training forge, and some pavilions with tables. Exits are forest.
Check the table. Is there anything on them?
Yes, on the tables are various leatherworking tools. So you've got some leather scraps, you've got some like leather, that's the wrong term, but lace, and some hammers and metal stamps for like imprinting patterns.
Don't we have the instructions on how to make things?
Yeah, I would like to read the instructions that we picked up.
You can make all sorts of stuff, but that's like a lot of reading right now.
Okay, what are the things that we have? The sets of instructions.
You have one for chemistry, you have one for rope tying and knot work, and then you have one for metalworking.
Okay, I'd like to read the one about metalworking.
Metalworking tells you basically how to use similar to the amateur small forge that is here, how you can heat things up, hit it with hammers, and bend things into useful shapes. Like how to make curves and hooks and things.
I'm gonna make a sword.
Big enough.
You can make a dagger with the scraps that are there, but there's nothing long enough for it. And this one's like way shittier. I'm sorry, crappier. All ages. My bad.
I want to make
This? I don't think so.
No, not this one.
I am an 18 plus panel.
You are. I'm a puppy.
If there's like a fresh cheese, I'll take another one.
Right back.
There's also veggies. Green veggies.
Scott, black olives are.
Like black olives.
I like black olives in isolation, not on pizza.
That's the one that was over here earlier.
What, the little red spider things?
No, it's like a
Oh, there's a big one over there.
It's a little.
And I got all these,
Yeah.
I got all these little red ones.
Is it like not over here?
It's over there. It's right there.
Big one's over there.
He's not here.
It's not a dangerous.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I am alarmingly arachnophobic. It's fucking horrible. So,
which one of us will be out of the room first?
well, I can see, so probably me. I'm gonna put that fight or flight response to good use. All goodwill and wanting to like help people goes out the window when it comes to spiders. I just sorry. Your drawback is my advantage. The spider will get you, not me.
Hey, you get along with Randy
I'm
from
pushing you out
Scott.
the door.
His fight or flight response with spiders is.
No, because that means I had to get near him.
So
I heard talking once and he was like, "You're lucky you're on the outside of the car." Sorry.
okay.
My room's right here.
You made a dagger.
Yeah.
It is your turn.
Do we have enough left?
That's the executive.
There's a bunch of small metal scraps here and there.
It's not the
It's right here. Yeah, it's right here. This is the executive board.
You are at Flintlock.
Oh.
Come to do some executive work.
Ooh, nice. You can go to Sherwood. We go to Sherwood. This opening in the woods gives way to various tree forts and big rope-based jungle gyms. The exits are back to the fork in the road in the forest, or, because you have the map, you're able to spy where the hidden path is.
Perfect cartwheel.
And then everyone was like, "Oh, that's harvest inventory."
Alright, so you have your scout uniform.
Scout.
It's important to say that, otherwise people are like, yay, we're naked! You're like, 12! Stop it!
No birthday suits.
You have that, you have the backpack, you have the canteen, you have the flashlight, you have a crappy dagger, you have a knife, you have Billy's pants, you have dirt and leaves and sticks in all of the pockets.
All the pockets.
I
have no idea.
You do not have car keys.
I don't know.
Oh, you left it in the car.
Uh-huh.
That's
You
funny.
would close the car.
Nope.
Sounds like
Oh yeah.
Still get back in there.
Harvest jungle gym.
What?
There's rope.
This is where it was.
You spend hours harvesting a jungle, not hours, but you spend a long time harvesting rope from the jungle gym until at one point when you're climbing up, you see there's a whole bundle of rope in one of the tree forts.
Take that rope.
You take the rope.
We have 2 ropes.
Oh, we have 2 ropes. Hooray!
What are you doing?
Have we gone down the secret path yet?
No.
Go down there, boy. Thought you were gonna run.
Those don't register as spiders to me. Those are little red dots that move.
Those are called, I think,
Aphids.
aphid, really? No, aphids are smaller.
Smaller than mine.
Yeah.
In any case,
That's what it is.
see, this is all scout topics too. What bug is this? The path takes you farther into woods and up a hill. It is tiring and dangerous, but you can see the top of the tower ahead. Do you continue?
No. We got 2 knives. Rope.
You emerge and get to where the radio tower is. It has no working lights, and even if the ladder hadn't rusted away, it would have been a tough climb. There is seemingly no way up.
Well, we have 2 ropes.
What you doing?
We probably make a grapple hook.
Yeah, there you go.
Exits are back to Sherwood Forest.
If we look around, there's nothing around there, correct? Or is there something
We haven't
around?
searched yet.
No.
Look around
So when you look around, there's a little bit of a clearing at the top of this hill. There's the 4 legs of the tower that you cannot scale and climb. On the one side, there's where a metal rung ladder would have been, but has rusted away, and there's seemingly no way up.
Okay.
Let's try and tie the rope and see if we can find a way.
Tie the rope to
More rope.
the length of rope you have can make it, but what are you doing with it?
Yeah.
Oh, we have the 2 knives. We can use these ones to grapple.
You can use all the stickers now.
How far, how far are, is there anything like around there, like a tree, anything like that that's...
There's a line of trees more at the perimeter, but like the tops of those trees, the tower ends up sticking out higher than the tops of those trees.
Okay, then we'll probably exit and go back.
Alright, you're back at Sherwood Forest. There's a completely disassembled rope tree fort.
Did we ever look into the shooting range at
I don't think so.
No.
No?
There's an archery range here.
Okay. Like to take one of the knives, probably the worser one, and find some place to start carving the word boogers in, but get bored halfway through the first beat.
Alright, so you have drawn an R. Oh no, I'm sorry, you've drawn a P. You got that far and then gave up. Okay.
Too much work.
Yeah.
Okay. Tie rope to dagger and throw dagger around the top rung.
The dagger really doesn't have any hold points, so like you do your best to try to tie it to it, but it always seems to come loose.
Use instruction manual.
You know, the instruction manual shows you how to make like these things called hooks.
Yeah, do that.
Do you want to go to Flintlock and make a hook?
Yes.
You go to Flintlock, you go back to the forge, and you make a hook.
What was the previous location we were at that...
Sherwood.
Okay. Go
The
to Sherwood
radio
to
tower.
radio tower.
Okay, you go back to the radio tower.
Well, throw the hook up to the top of the radio.
Is it tied to the rope first?
So you throw the hook up, and it latches just great.
Yes.
So that test worked.
You practically made
You're starting to understand why you don't have too many merit badges.
I'm just amazed we weren't eaten by
I like her like, no, don't! And I already committed to, yeah.
I told him not to. Okay.
I love this.
Alright.
Alright, what are you doing?
I'm going to return to Flintlock.
Wait, we have all those sticks in our pockets.
We are back at Flintlock.
Again.
I'm going to make another hook.
You make another hook.
I'm going to make a grappling hook.
Oh, you make a grappling hook.
Yes.
Tie the rope to the hook.
Oh man, you tie the rope to the grappling hook. This seems like a great smart. SMRT.
Return to radio tower.
Alright, you're back at the radio tower.
Throw grappling hook up tower.
You throw the grappling hook up and it catches right where the top of the ladder would have been. It seems to hold sturdy.
So the other one throw.
I got a dumb suggestion. Somebody should probably save.
Yeah.
Because we've done a lot.
We have 9.
Yeah. How many times have you guys so far?
None.
Whoa. Oh, that's
We saved once.
Okay, go ahead. What are you doing?
I want to do something stupid, but it makes more sense to save.
Alright, you have 1 save remaining.
Oh, listen to Luke first.
Okay, try to climb up.
You climb the rope. You scale the radio tower to get to the nest up top. Inside are old parts, but a seemingly functional portable radio without batteries.
Oh, we have flashlights.
Take the radio.
Alright, you take the radio.
I don't know if it's going to be 2 actions, but remove the batteries from the flashlight, put it in the radio.
You can put them in the radio. You do that. What do you do next?
Oh, call for help.
You start turning the dial and trying to figure out how to work the radio. At first you hear static, and then you hear an inhuman voice saying, "You can't escape." A dark figure has climbed up the rope after you and meets you to your end at the top of the radio tower. You are dead.
We saved!
They need me over my
So climb up the rope.
Oh, yeah, go right
yeah.
your panel.
Climb the rope, then take the rope with you.
I was hoping either something good would happen, but I mean.
Yeah, they died. That's the first death.
It's like, oh!
Dude, the last time I ran this, people died so much.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah, I remember.
So, you can either start new or load from the last save.
Load from last save.
Alright, you are at the base of the radio tower. You have just hooked the rope.
Climb up the rope.
You climb up to the radio tower.
Take the rope with you!
I'm going to chop off the rope with my shitty dagger.
What? No!
We have a second rope.
Alright, you cut off the rope with your
Okay, we have a second
crappy dagger.
Shit.
We
I made a mistake here.
we sigh at our dumb mistake,
Yes, we do.
and then we try to call for help.
You die. You die.
You go through, you fiddle with the batteries, you eventually get in the tower. Instead of hearing static and things, this time around you eventually do hear someone on the other end. They tell you to make a signal and to sit tight until morning.
We got all those sticks and leaves.
Yep. We have Billy's pants to burn.
We don't have anything to ignite.
Yes, we do. Use the electricity from the flashlight.
We're a scout.
We didn't get you fires.
We do have chemistry
Look
instructions.
down.
No, but I want to make clear that.
There are clearly an unnatural rustling going on in the tree line. Like there's no wind, but things are rustling. You don't even see glowing eyes.
We never actually checked the archery range.
I think at this point it's commit typically time.
What would you like to do?
Because you know what's going to happen as soon as you drop that second rope.
Yeah, and I don't think we have anything to make a fire with.
Sticks and leaves, I guess.
You're going to be up there with the fire, that's the problem.
That too.
We're a
Oh,
scout.
yeah.
We
She
should
hasn't
be able
got
to
the
do that
rope.
one thing.
Use the sticks to make the friction fire with
Is
the...
the tower at the
Leap from
How
tower.
many can there be?
You leap from the tower to your inevitable demise. You are dead.
Yay.
Would you like to load or start new?
Load.
You're at the base of a radio tower. The rope is, with the grappling hook attached, is affixed and dropped down. What would you like to do? There are places you have not been yet.
I go.
I just take you back to Sherwood right now.
Go there.
If you want to skip ahead and fast forward to other places, you can. But only if it's a place you've been.
Sherwood, Flintlock,
We haven't,
camp.
what
Cabin.
We haven't been to
the first
shoreline or
opportunity
anything
somewhere
to
that we
use it.
haven't been.
You want to go back to, so you're not finished at Flintlock, and you haven't done everything at the dock yet either.
Back to the dock.
Alright, you are back at the dock. You stumble all the way down to the lake. You're able to use the flashlight to see your footing a little bit more easier this time. There's a board of buddy tokens here, there's canoes, and there are a bunch of tracks in the sand. Exits are enter canoe, go back to camp, and shoreline.
I guess shoreline?
Eventually, you make your way to a rocky outcropping. Footprints seem to lead into a dark cave. Exits are dock and enter cave.
Oh. Make sure our flashlight's still on.
Yep.
Enter cave.
As you go to enter the cave, your light causes whatever was living in there to run off. There seems to be another exit. There is a fire scar and a chest inside.
Open chest.
In the chest, you find a bunch of dirty magazines and a flare gun without ammo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What kind of dirty magazines?
The kind you're thinking of.
It's got drugs and it's got muddle in them.
Yeah.
Flare gun, please.
What?
Take the flare gun.
You have the flare gun.
And the mags.
I would like to examine the dirty magazines.
They are used.
Oh, I wish I hadn't done that.
I'm like, what is the most G-rated thing I can say that is the most gross thing I can say?
I thought you were
Load
going
from
to say that
save
it was like used meat, but it was covered in mud. So that's why I asked.
Let's see.
Load from save 2.
I do appreciate the pedestrian pun, however. I'm going to have to use that next time.
I'm gonna take the dirty magazines.
Okay.
Return to radio tower.
Alright, you're back at the radio tower. The rope is still dangling down.
Has anybody been in the canoe yet? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got the batteries.
waterproof sack
Yeah, we got
from
batteries. We haven't
there.
gone
We haven't
down.
gone to the archery range
We
at
haven't
all.
gone
Salmon sack. What's in it?
We're bad.
Shut up.
Ball berries.
Remember, it's beach.
In the sack is dirt, leaves, and twigs because someone decided to fill every available pocket,
Not sorry. Including Billy's.
including Billy's shorts.
Go to archery range.
You go to the archery range, there's some shoddy targets set up, there's a fake deer set up. You find a couple of weird arrows. They're not pointed regular, they have these plastic tips with blunt, flat pieces on the end, so you probably couldn't act. You could, at worst, if you had a bow, maybe bruise someone.
Wow. That's some shitty arrows.
I want to
Even
go
the
to the
ones
fort
that
and make
are
some shitty arrowheads for those shitty arrows.
You are, in fact, able to make some arrowheads for the arrows.
So we'll actually have some deadly
Do any of our floor folk want to play and enter a command?
Just say investigate area.
Or make shitty arrows.
Make shitty arrows.
You can always make a bad dagger.
There was a different D word that I thought was coming after the word bad.
What? Dagger only makes sense.
Uh-huh.
Bad dagger.
I was going to say make bad decisions.
Wow, that was...
Ah, you thought I was thinking of a different D word. Bad disco.
Yeah, well, that was loud.
What's your command? You just made some shitty arrowheads.
Turning the arms around? Or did we go back?
In Flintlock, this is a Camp's Frontier-style blacksmith activity area. There's a shooting range, a small training forge, and some pavilions with tables.
We still need to make the shooting arrows. We have the arrows, we have arrows.
We also don't have a bow. Yes, the pavilion had leatherworking tools.
What are we making a letter? What's inventory?
So you've got the map, you've got the merit badge books, you've got the knife, you've got the shitty dagger, you have Billy's shorts filled with dirt, leaves, and twigs, you have the backpack and the attached canteen that is filled with oh so disgusting lake water, still lake water.
I thought we drank that.
Yeah, and it made you retch horribly.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you didn't drink all of it, you had some of it, and then realized you're a dumb kid, and that was a poor choice. You have the counselor cabin key, you have the flashlight, you have the batteries, you have the waterproof sack. You do not have car keys.
Where'd they go?
They're in the car.
Turn their car off.
The car was turned off, but no one took the keys out of the ignition.
Yeah, go back to car.
Alright, you're back in the car.
Just take the car keys.
They're not there.
Oh, yay.
Are they in the trunk?
Yeah, talking in the car.
But we didn't use it to open the trunk.
What?
Whatever happened to Billy?
He's in the trunk.
Last we saw him was still in the trunk. It's locked.
The door still?
Pretty sure it's still locked.
Take your shirt. It's
You shut the trunk.
Oh, I was thinking, their badges Billy has that we don't, we just take those.
That is not how this works. You do not get skills by stealing your dead best friend's merit badges.
Well, that's how we're
Yeah, well,
But
we got,
if you
we
want
got
to try...
pockets from stealing his pants, so...
Oh my god. Are you trying to take his merit badges?
Yes.
Alright, when you open the trunk, Billy's not there.
Well, Billy has no pants.
He was dead before, I thought.
No pants,
He
no
was
money.
already dead.
Yeah.
No, they killed him even more. How about that?
What were some of the other locations besides the cabins and the dock?
Wasn't it going down the driveway?
You have now been to everywhere you need to go, but you've not done everything you need to.
We're going to make the arrows. We
Take
haven't
the
put
canoe
the arrows
out
together.
on the lake.
You take the canoe out onto the lake?
Yeah.
Alright.
Bye! We're
Come on,
dead. Goodbye.
You go out into the center of the lake. It is a clear sky. It is a full moon. It's almost peaceful if it weren't for the fact that there was all of this kid murder going on. As you're out on the lake, you see a figure enter another canoe and start heading towards you.
Bye!
Faster.
Wait, there was another canoe? You said there's only one canoe.
No.
Oh, isn't there a bunch of canoes?
There's a bunch of canoes.
Yeah. And now, when that thing's canoe meets yours, you get paddled pretty hard. Not like that, though. Just the kind where you get knocked out and then thrown into the lake and you drown and you die. Would you like to start new or load?
I would be later to say, you do, but no, we're gonna load our save file.
Alright, you load the game.
Again.
You're back outside the radio tower. You do not have the flare gun or the disgusting magazines.
Or the shitty arrows.
Yeah, we're just here.
Can I get the rope ends and grapple back down from the tower?
You're able to basically eventually kind of whip it just right, and it loosens it and comes down. Alright, it's your turn. I'm really upset you did that.
We need those arrowheads to shoot from a
Alright,
distance.
I'm gonna go back to the cave.
You go to the cave with your flashlight on, you scare off whatever was living there.
I assume there's like
Next, what are you doing?
Let's see. So we've got the flare gun, but do we have ammo for it?
You do not.
Okay, no.
We didn't pick up the
We don't
flare
have
gun,
flare
though.
Technically, you haven't picked it up yet.
Okay, I take the flare gun.
Do you take the dirty magazines or no?
Yeah.
Alright, you add that dirt to your other dirt.
Obviously.
Why wouldn't I?
Can we make our own flares out of dirt magazines?
No. that is not how chemistry
But
works.
you can kill time.
That's up to me.
You can make sparks with the aid of dirty magazines, but those are figurative, not literal.
What have we not done? What have we not?
Well, you have a flare gun without ammo.
Well, but are there places where we've not done everything yet?
Correct.
Yeah.
Which places?
Should I? I've done this one before.
Oh, you have.
That's why I've been mostly keeping shut.
Ah.
I'm trying
And why I suggested
the last thing is in Flintlock.
And why I suggested that second save. I knew that radio tower was coming. I knew what was about to happen.
All right.
I've played this one, but it's been a while. Can we return to Flintlock?
Mm-hmm.
Return to Flintlock.
You're back at Flintlock.
I'll stop asking questions.
Search shooting range. I don't believe we searched that one yet.
Nope. Which is weird. Normally people are really murderous. They're like, oh, I want to get the guns and shoot the bad guy.
Yeah.
What was the archery range?
For a pacifist kid.
You get to the shooting range, and you find, amidst the supplies there, there's black powder, shell casings, and lead balls.
Take all.
All right, you take all.
Go to the blacksmith. Go to the blacksmith. Make some ammo.
All right, you're at the blacksmith with the aid of your merit badge thingamajiggers. You are able to make a vaguely scary-looking flare round.
Hooray! Damn! And a gun. Load the flare. Load the flare.
We do not have shitty arrows, right?
We do not have shitty arrowheads.
Go to blacksmith. Or wherever.
Yeah.
Make shitty arrows.
With the scraps, you're able to make some shitty arrowheads.
Go ahead and load up the gun, I guess.
All right, it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but you're able to get the flare in there.
Attempt to make as best arrows we can with the arrowheads and some other supplies.
You're able to find some straight rods and then get some like fletches on them and things, and then you affix some arrowheads to them. It's not a good job.
Quick, use your pocket sticks to make arrows.
So we've got the flare.
Yes.
We've got some magazines to pass the time. We've got the grappling hook. We've got the batteries for the radio. I mean, why not just go up there and call for help and sit it out till morning?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I'm gonna do that.
All right. You get back to the radio tower. You have the rope in hand.
Same game.
Don't.
What?
Go up the tower, that's what we're doing.
Do you throw the rope up?
Row the rope.
You do throw the rope?
Yes.
All right. You throw the rope. It hooks. Seems to be stable.
Let's climb up.
You climb on up. You're at the radio tower.
Pull the rope up.
I'm gonna pull the rope up behind me.
Aww. You pull the rope up.
I'm gonna put batteries in the radio.
You put the batteries in the radio.
Holler for help.
You start fiddling with the radio. It eventually says to stay up there, make a signal, and sit tight until morning.
Fire the flare.
How?
We got the flare gun.
Right. You're in a radio tower.
Put your hand out the window.
We are firing it out, right?
I don't know. You tell me.
Save.
There are no saves remaining.
I'm not going to have it screwed up at the end.
Load the flare gun with flares.
It's already loaded.
What am I in, like a little shack, basically?
Yeah. And like there's where windows used to be, and there's open.
Is there somewhere to stand still on top of the tower, but not inside the shack?
Yeah, you can get up there.
Okay, stand up there.
When you get up there, you see a nice vantage point that goes over the lake, which is a big open clearing.
We have a target.
Equip the bow and the arrows.
What bow?
You do not have a bow.
Oh, we have shitty sticks. We have some rope. Let's make a bow. We put all the pockets for we put all the pockets for a reason.
You make a very, very, very bad bow.
It'll shoot.
Man, my dagger looks great right now.
It does. It does.
We have a pocket full of sticks.
Fire flare gun over the lake.
You fire the flare gun over the lake. To pass the time, you make use of your very shoddy bow, you make use of the dirty magazines, you make little stick figures, and you make little leaf houses and things, and you make a whole family,
for, like,
and then one by one you recurse killing them off at the little camp you made. Eventually you pass out. You wake up to the sound of a helicopter during sunrise coming to your rescue. Congratulations, you have survived scout camp! So, if you leave the area with the rope down, and because you also left the keys in the car, you were going to go back up and find Billy's corpse waiting for you, and then while you were looking over Billy's corpse, the big scary shadow monster was going to kill you.
Great.
If you took the car keys but still left the rope down, while you climb up, you would just see this gross hand slice the rope and then you fall to your death.
That's pretty cool.
No one tried to drive the car.
I thought we were about to die that way.
Yes, you were. Because while he said search the car, I'm actually a stickler for this. Unless someone says, I check the back seat, you start driving away and then it kills you. Several people have gotten out of the car without putting it into park, so that causes various shenanigans. I totally had a group die because it got caught under its own tire.
It wasn't ours.
Man.
I did suggest burying Billy under the tires.
Yes, you did. That's happened too.
Dug with our hands.
There was one group where they didn't put the trunk back down and started driving. If you try and drive away, you'll find a big scary tree log and you can't get out. If you go on foot, it takes forever, and then wolves or a monster kills you. And then I had a group, they didn't close the trunk. They were dawdling too much, so I put in a thing to spook them. So then they slammed on the gas, hit a tree, and then Billy's corpse went flying out of the trunk.
But at least he had his pants on.
At least he had his pants on. Yeah, I don't think I've had anyone try and take his pants before.
Take his pants, we're going to use his pants as rope. They're shorts, more pockets!
I think we tried to do the cannibal. No, wait, no, it was some... You were
I definitely tried to eat Billy. I think you were last time.
So you were after a person that tried to eat Billy.
Because I remember back in Scouts, you take your pants off before you use them as a flotation device.
Yes, that's why they're shorts, so you don't get that option.
Like, fine, whatever. Would you see more pockets?
You found the lake death. Not a lot of people do that. A lot of people realize really quick that you die on that one.
I thought there was a lake. What was in the cave? Because I don't think I've seen that one happen yet.
If you go to the cave, if you go into the cave without the flashlight, just something with glowing eyes and a maw attacks and
you were eaten by a groom.
Basically, yes. That is my. You wander in the darkness and are eaten by a grue. That was my token. I had to throw that in.
What's a grue?
It's an unspeakable monster that lives in the darkness, and if you go into the darkness alone without light sources, it eats you.
Is that a Dungeons and Dragons monster?
That's a Zorg thing. The original text adventure.
I need to play some Zorg.
You did die the first time to the wolf? No, you fought off the wolf.
Yeah, we didn't. We
Our
already
first death was because we forgot to pull up the rope.
That's right. So
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, the first group. First, they go to the forest, and I'm like, there's unnatural wrestling, there's glowing eyes, do you keep going? And then they say yes, so then I kill them with the wolf. I'm like, okay, now we got the knife. And then they go back, but they don't have the light, and can't fight what you can't see, and then you die. Then they got the flare gun. In this case, you're a dumb little 12-year-old, and yes, that is true.
Little Billy.
Pistol whip.
We're not Billy. Billy's gonna be on
Anyway, I've had people dawdle too much in the cabins, so I end up killing. I had Billy's corpse fly through one of the windows at one point. Because they're like, well, we're just going to spend time here. I'm like, all right, such and such happens. What do you do? I'm like, I wait. Such and such happens. What do you do? I wait. Like, all right, such and such happens. What do you do? And just as they're about to say, I wait again, and I'm like, oh, and Billy's corpse flies through the window.
That's when they got that fucking right.
Then they went to get out, but then there was the figure there, and I killed him.
Who is the figure in general?
Whatever is spook, it is ill-defined. It is an unstoppable killing force.
It's the werewolf camp
Oh, I thought it was.
It's not even necessarily a werewolf. It's just some shadowy figure you never fully see.
No, it's a wolf and just.
It's Jason.
It's Nina Tucker. It's in a woo.
No, I think the wolf is separate. I think there's just a wolf in the woods because.
7.
That's where wolves live.
Be a heck of a thing if there is a werewolf there and he's just not part of the problem. He's just making his own life here, and then this Camp Killer moves in and screws everything up for him.
Billy was a werewolf. Fun fact.
No, Billy was just fodder.
Well, he was a werewolf, but then he died by just a normal wolf.
No, he was died by the indescribable evil. Lack of.
It turns out he get whipped by a normal wolf.
So yeah, hi, I'm Dragor. Thank you guys for playing. The next one of this I have will be at Indie FurCon, I believe, and I will have a brand new one for that one. I did not get this panel in at AnthrOhio, and I'm actually kind of okay with that because Alpha and I are doing the Masquerade, so that takes a bunch of time because we have to do all the sound checks and auditions and.
Suddenly text adventures. Because I was thinking, like,
we'll see. I might suddenly text adventures at AnthrOhio.
I thought someone was going to try to make their own rope and start climbing up the course, and I was like, dude, we made a boat. Just start shooting at them.
No, okay, all right. So other things that go wrong is if you pull up the rope, but you don't have everything to complete the escape. So like the signal, I've had people try to just start fires and they burn the whole thing down and that helps with it. I've had them set the rest of the forest on fire, which then burns them down with it. I had them make one group made a flare shell without ever getting the flare gun, so they tried to make their own impromptu casing around it. I let them live, but they totally mutilated and blew off their hand. Because black powder burns slowly, so I had it like kind of crumble, so it blew off their hand, and then the black powder singed the wound so they didn't bleed out.
Wonderful.
And let me guess, once you've gone up into the tower, the thing is down there waiting for you.
Yes. Once you go up the tower, it is there waiting for you.
Was there an achievement for getting all the deaths?
I mean, yes and no, because with this one, there's enough room for people to sit around at many different locations. Like, okay, I have written deaths in all of them, but then there's just intangible ones where if the group does something maniacal enough,
something stupid.
I had a group try and essentially make a shrapnel grenade, and they flubbed the fuse and blew themselves up. I believe that was... A lot of these all came from the same group. I lost count how many times they killed themselves.
The question is, did you have anyone try to, after having the thing follow them up the rope, did any of them try to cut the rope while the thing was climbing?
It makes it to the top, so it climbs the rope while you're listening and fiddling around with the radio. So it's already at the top by the time you are tipped off that something's coming. I've had people try and stab it, and they just get overpowered and die. I've had people try and shoot it, they get overpowered and die.
Has anyone tried to make love to it?
Yes.
Are you serious?
They got overpowered and died.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Just saying, I know
Did they want to
it's
make traps with the dirty magazines as bait?
No, actually.
I want to have a peace offering.
Like, I'll make a bunch of rope traps and put dirty magazines around the place. Did they come towards the dirty magazines? What the heck's everything?
If it's a were child, if it's just a were scout, then that would get him.
It depends on whether or not it's looking for food.
What if the dirty magazines are
Food first.
Everything has
Food first, entertainment later.
I don't know.
So
I've met a
so
lot
you'll
of
sit-
12-year-old boys.
They'll sit there with magazines punching on your corpse.
Oh, that's adorable.
Same. I don't know why I said that.
But yeah, I'm Dragor. Thank you guys for playing. We actually hit like the hour mark right away.
Passed it.
Just a little bit, yeah. I mean, like we stopped maybe a minute. You beat it like with right a minute over, so that was pretty good.
Yeah.
New record.
Yeah, no one's gotten that one that Actually, you know what? I think the first time I ran it, they did it in 45 minutes because there were a couple people in there who were like diehard text adventure fans, and while they had never done this panel before, like they knew